Hi, welcome to my sporting show Elmo, kavind the goonratne Sporting Times. Before start the show, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Now today on the show we're going to talk about the F1, the Russian Grand Prix and the IPL, the last two matches of the IPL which happened yesterday and the day before that, and the points table. I tell you who will qualify and who will not according to me. So now let's get started on areas of Formula 1. In Formula 1, the Russian Grand Prix went as expected, really. Now in the top 7, I will talk about the racing drivers who finished in the top 7, not outside the top 7, purely on the top 7. Now the winner is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton from Mercedes managed to win again, really. At this point, Lewis Hamilton winning a race is not so much of a surprise. I think he can win even more at this point, Lewis Hamilton. And then the runners-up, of course, was Max Verstappen from Red Bull coming 18th. And Carlos Sainz Jr. takes another pole position, looking good for Ferrari. And then, of course, Daniel Ricciardo from McLaren got 4th. And Valtteri Bottas is coming 5th. And, of course, Fernando Alonso from Alpina. Alpina is getting 8th. And, of course, Lando Norris from McLaren is coming 7th. Now, remember, I am only talking about the top 7 positions which I really mostly care about. In terms of the driver standings, after the now, Max Verstappen, many people said, was really lucky in the Russian Grand Prix to come 2nd. And look, when you are a F1 racing driver, not only you need skill and a good car, you also need luck. So Max Verstappen is having his dream season. So right now, Max Verstappen, whatever he touches, is now turning into gold. That's a realistic fact. So obviously, I'm not going to complain about being lucky. That's how it works. It's F1 racing. Sometimes luck is important. In terms of driver standings, of course, Lewis Hamilton is leading the pack with 246.5 points with 5 wins and 11 podiums. Mercedes, then runners-up. Then second in the driver standings is Max Verstappen, 244.5. 7 victories, 11 podiums. Valtteri Bottas, 151 points, 0 wins but 8 podiums. Lando Norris, 139 points. Lando Norris with 0 wins, 4 podiums. Then of course Joshua Perez, 120 points, 1 victory and 2 podiums. Carlos Sainz Jr., 112 points, 112.5 points, 0 wins, 3 podiums. Charles Leclerc from Ferrari, yes, 104 points, 0 wins, 1 podium. In Constructors' Championship, well, Mercedes is having a margin now. 397 points of Mercedes with 5 wins and 19 podiums. Yeah, that makes sense. Red Bull, 364.5 points with 8 wins and 13 podiums. Red Bull needs more podium positions when they are not winning. Otherwise, they can't keep up with Mercedes. McLaren, 234. 1 victory and 5 podiums. Ferrari 216.5 points, 0 wins, 4 podiums. Alpina 103 points, 1 victory and 1 podium. Alpina whatever. Torino 80 points, 0 wins, 1 podium. And Aston Martin somehow still hanging in the top 7, 59 points, 0 wins, 1 podium. So far Lewis Hamilton is leading the pack and Mercedes is leading the pack. The race, the F1 Championship is now getting hotter and spicier. I can't wait to see the final winner. There are more races to go. So let's see who's going to pull this off. But I believe Lewis Hamilton has the edge and he has the momentum to pull this off. Indeed. So moving on from that, let's talk about the IPL. In the IPL, let's start with the 43rd match. Let's talk about the match between Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now, in the first game, Chennai Super Kings, now the last match, won the toss and elected to field first. And Sunrisers Hyderabad batted first and scored 134 for 7 in their 20 overs with Ridhiman Saha scoring 44 and of course Abhishek Sharma scoring 80 and Ace Samad 18. With the bowling, Josh Hazelwood 3 for 24, Dwayne Bravo 2 for 17 and of course Ravindra Jadeja 1 for 14. In response, Chennai Super Kings won the match very well indeed with this loss of 4 wickets. With with Rajpur Gudrapal. My name could be wrong in terms of pronunciation. 45 for him. Faf du Plessis 41, Moin Ali 17, and Ambati Raidu 17, and MS Dhoni 14 unbeaten, finishing off with a 6 in typical fashion. Bowling Jason Holt 3 for 27, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, then of course Rashid Khan 1 for 27. Now for Sunrisers Hyderabad, their fast bowlers did not bowl well except for Jason Holder. Now there are questions whether Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is worthy for the selection of the World T20 since he has not bowled well at all very recently. That's a fact. Next following game, which played yesterday, played 2 days ago, which was the 43rd match, was between Royal Challengers Bengaluru RCB versus Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan won the top, batted first. They scored 149 for 9. Evan Lewis scoring a well-played 58. Yash Jaswal scoring 31. And Sanju Samson, the captain, scoring 19. Bowling Harsha Patel 3 for 34. And of course Yashwinder Chahal 2 for 18, and Shabas Nadeem 2 for 10. So 149 means 150. It wasn't a big target for RCB as they destroyed Rajasthan. 153 for 3. Glenn Maxwell scored a magnificent 50. No more the inconsistent Maxwell at all. Now very consistent Glenn Maxwell. And of course Bharat scoring 44. Virat Kohli 25. And of course those are the top 3 highest run scorers. Then of course in terms of bowling, Mustafizur Rahman picking up 2 for 20. Rajasthan winning the match by 7 wickets. A tremendous victory by RCB, as Virat Kohli will be very happy with the team. Now in terms of the points table, Chennai Super Kings have already qualified. Now they have played 11 games and they have won 9 games and 2 losses for them, so they are already in. Delhi Capitals second so far with 8 wins and 3 losses, so they are second. RCB, they got 7 victories and 4 losses, and of course Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians both have 10 points each. Now let's be clear, Kings 11 Punjab and Rajasthan Royals still have a chance of qualification, while Sunrisers Hyderabad have no chance of qualification. Sunrisers Hyderabad is now officially out of the tournament, even though they have certain games to go on. Between I think Chennai, for me, the Delhi Capitals will go in to the qualifiers. They will qualify, there's no question. So between them, then the 3 teams who are fighting for this is RCB, KKR, and Mumbai Indians and Punjab Kings and Rajasthan. Between them, I am going to make a prediction. Mumbai Indians and RCB, they will make it for the qualifiers, while KKR and the others won't make it. But KKR should be applauded for their new recovery in form and where they are in the tournament. So a very good accomplishment indeed. So on that note, thank you very much for joining me on this show.